Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Tuesday, February 4th, 2021. We're in the final hour of the trading day, my favorite time of the day to make my buying and selling decisions. At the end of the day, the large financial institutions come in, they start taking the price control away from the day traders and the algorithms. I consider them smart money. I consider following what they do at the end of the day to be an edge in your trading. So thank you all for coming today. I really appreciate it. It's always nice to have everyone here. I appreciate you spending the time, and I hope that the time that you are spending here is helping you with your trading and your investing. So, wow, what a day. Unbelievable. In a good way. So here's the plan for today. Well, let's take a look and see what the markets are doing quick. The Dow Jones is currently up 267 points, up 0.87%. The NASDAQ is up 129.25, up 0.95%, and the S&P is up 32.81. So a nice green day across the board. So here is the plan for today. First of all, we are going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, we're going to come back. We're going to take a look at my current positions. We're going to talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, how I'm going to manage them going forward. I had some incredible day trades today, and I'm actually still in one right now. So I'll show you the ones that I've completed, and then I'll show you the one that I'm in currently right now, which is silver. After that, we're going to go over and we're going to take a look at your positions. We're going to talk about where you got in and how you're doing, but looking over at the board looks pretty dang good. Looks like people are doing pretty well today. So I'm happy for all of us. What a day. What a day. After that, we're going to talk about trader psychology, get into the nuts and bolts of the mind and trading, which is the most important skill in trading, everybody. By far, is being able to control your emotions. In the long run, it is a must. It's not just a nice thing, it's a must if you're going to be a long-term profitable trader. After that, I have gone down through my watch list. I have gone down through the results of Kamal Scanner. And I have three requirements before I look to enter any trade. First requirement, I want to make sure I have a combination or confluence of indicators lining up on multiple time frames. Number two, I want to make sure I have a good risk to reward ratio, at least 2-to-1. And number three, always take a few minutes before you hit that buy button and really ask yourself if you really need this trade. Do I really need it? Is it really that good? Do I already have positions that are similar correlated? How much account heat do I have? Just something to think about, all right, before you just randomly hit the buy button. You don't need to buy something every day unless it's really good, it really jumps out on the chart at you. All right, so I'm going to go down through as we get closer to the end of the day. I'm going to go down through my potential end of day candidates. We'll go through them with a fine-tooth comb. We'll look at multiple time frames, and I'll try to narrow it down to just the very, very best one that I can come up with. And if I find something, I will buy it at the end of the day, right before the market closes. After the market closes, if you have any questions for me, please let me know. If you have any stock symbols that you would like me to look at, please let me know. I'm happy to look at those for you and give you my opinion. And then lastly, if you have any new positions today, any new entries or exit, if you could please wait till the end of the day after the market's closed before you let me know about them. That way I'm done trading, pressure's off, done teaching. And there is a lot of pressure when you're doing this podcast and teaching and trading all at the same time. It's nice to be able to just have you tell me about the positions when the market is closed, when all the pressure's off. All right. So I'm going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Hang tight, and I'll be back in about 40 seconds. Thank you. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and/or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. All right, let's see who is here today. Lova is here, number one as always. Good to see you, Lova. Lova, I don't know about everyone else, but I'll bet you Lova's the kind of guy that gets an A boarding pass on Southwest. Am I right, Lova? Always an A boarding pass? Unlike me, who's at the back of the plane, the end of the C section. Good to see you though, bud. Johnson is here. Hello, everyone. Hello, Greg. Hello, Johnson. Good to see you. Kamal. Hello, Greg and all. Hello, Mr. Kamal. Good to see you, bud. Good chatting with you earlier, and thank you for everything that you do for this podcast. Bob is here. Hello, everyone. Hello, Bob. Good to see you, bud. Dan says, thank you, Greg. I took a Gossett day trade setup SLV and was given 1.07 at the open today. Hi, everyone. Hey, that's fantastic. I am actually in silver at the moment as well, but I am in AGQ on a day trade. We'll take a look at that. But congrats, Dan. Johnson says, Fiverr jumped 10% intraday. Yes, it did. And we were fortunate enough to be in that trade. Dan says, me too, silver. I went back for seconds. Tracy says, hi, guys. I'm so happy I'm in both Greg and Kamal's trades today. LOL. Well, good. And I did get your email, Tracy, and that would be great. I look forward to doing that with you and Paxton. Jatson says, hello, good afternoon, sir. Hello, Jatson. Good to see you, bud. Steve says, Greg, thanks for that FVRR heads up today as that spike topped out in 10 minutes and I was able to lock in an 8.7% gain for a half a day trade. That rally faded fast. Well, you are welcome, Steve, but thank you. Steve is the one that alerted us to that Fiverr crossover, the 520 crossover. So if it wasn't for that, I would not be in that trade. So thank you kindly, Steve, and nice trade, bud. Steve says Fiverr was up over 12% at the peak. Didn't last long. It didn't last too long. I actually got in there and hit a fourth profit target. So I'm happy for that. Glenn says, hi, Greg. Canadian Goose got a pump this morning. Too high for me. Goose. All right. Let's take a look. GOOS. Holy hamburgers. Wow. That's amazing. Yeah, it's a little high. It's a little high right now, for sure. That kind of looks like Fiverr. Well, no, not quite like Fiverr. That's amazing. Unreal. I don't even know what they do. Clothing company, maybe? Frank says, hello, Greg and group. Hello, Frank. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Kamal says, Tracy, glad to see ISRG worked out for you. If you follow my trades, I always have a hard stop and honor it. Yep. So Kamal, well, I'll show you when we go over. David is here. Hello. Good to see you, bud. Hello, Greg and group. All right. Well, let's get to it, shall we? All right. This is the trade we were all talking about. Gary, Steve, Morgs, Johnson sold put spreads, but this is still good for him because he wants it to go up. And myself, we did buy Fiverr International yesterday. Steve alerted us the 520 crossover. Bought it here at 242.44. Most of the day, it wasn't doing anything and down. And then all of a sudden, I looked at my screen and it was blinking like crazy. I was like, what is happening? Then I looked at my P&L for the day. I was like, I don't know, but it's something good. Look at this monster move up. It's up 7.84% right now. I hit a profit target here, 250.26, 257.99, 265.72, and I did grab one up there at 273.90. It got right close to 70 RSI. Well, let's actually measure it and we can see. I better hustle. We got a lot to do today. It got to about 67.20. I am going to sell this today. We got right up here. Almost, we rejected the halfway of this bar here. We couldn't quite get to the 70. It's a big, huge gain in one day. And, you know, I'm kind of in the practice of when I have a big, huge gain, if this would have broken out over here, it might be another thing, but we're still range bound from this previous high here. So I will go ahead, lock this in, and just be happy for a really great trade. But thanks again. And I think Gary and Morgs and everyone should thank, or Gary and Morgs, Johnson was in it before. We should all thank Steve for alerting us to that trade. MasterCard. Okay, Gary is out of MasterCard today. He sold credit spreads, 290, 280. He's made 80% in less than a week. It expires in March. Fantastic. Okay, I did buy MasterCard back here at 322.36 with the good risk to reward ratio bounce off the 200-day. Next day went screaming up. I sold half here. Next day didn't do much. Today, up another 2.7%, hit one profit target at 337.11 and 341.40. It's been a really good trade, really good risk to reward trade. So far, entry to current price is just over 5%. SPY. Well, you know what I do with the SPY. I buy it at the close. I sell it first thing the next morning. Had a nice little gap up. Bought it at 381.85. Sold it this morning right out the gate at 383.03. Higher, but that's fine. I will buy this again at the close today. Interesting on the SPY here, we have this high over here of 385.85. It's 385.11. Was a little bit higher. But I'm sure we're probably going to run into some resistance here. We also have no green MACD, which kind of indicates a double top with a bearish divergence. So anyway, the overnight SPY trade, I don't factor any of that in. I just buy it, but it's been good. It's been good, and I'll buy that today at the end of the day. Oil, it's been a long-term trade for me. I bought this down here at 30.97. It's 37.78. It's been a great trade. It's up 18%. I bought it on the weekly bars, longer term trade. Deep dip buys work on any time frame. I bought it on the monthlies because we went under 30, over 30, under the negative third, over the negative third, and a V2. So 18%, not too shabby. Zoom. All right, so Gary and Yas and I bought Zoom back here on the 1st of February at 381.53. Next day moved up nicely, hit some profit targets. Can't remember if the next day after that I hit a profit target or not, but I got out of half yesterday because we closed above the 50 SMA and then below. I kept the second half of the position, which I'm glad I did, but this was a bit of a warning sign, so I wanted to take some precautionary measures. Up 2.2% today, and I did hit a profit target at 388.98. So far, so good. Once it gets 1.5 ATRs for my entry, I will trail it with a close below the previous day's low. If not, my stop is halfway to this washout bar, but so far, really, really good. NVIDIA. Okay, so Yas and David and Gary and myself, we did buy NVIDIA here at 542.17 with the 520 crossover. Excuse me. Next day went roaring up. Again, it's why I like to take profits when I have them with my profit targets, but it completely reversed. I sold half yesterday because I didn't like the reversal, but I didn't sell the whole position, and I'm glad I didn't so far because it's up 0.46% today. No profit targets, but profitable on the day. Okay. What a day trading day. Unreal. All right, I'll go through these quick. Where is my trade? This was earlier in the morning. Okay, first off, here was the cues on the 5-minute bar. I took this higher low. See how this low is higher than this low? I took it with a close under and back over the 200-day moving average. My stop was a close below the 200. So I bought it at 327.27 or 327.33. Next 5-minute bar went up nicely. I always sell half if I get a nice strong bar. Sold half at 327.68. Came back down. I thought I was going to get stopped out, but the 200 did hold. Here, I get a close below the previous day's low. I get out of another half of a half. Here, have a nice big up spike bar. So I went ahead, took off a half of what I had left, and then here, broke up to a new range, failed. I sold the other half. So it was a great trade. I was in it 327.33, out at 327.59, out at 327.68, out at 328.09, and out at 328.21. And then Apple, had two really nice trades on Apple. First one was back here. Okay, had a return to value, some sideways motion, false breakout to the downside, a bullish engulfing V1. I bought it intrabar at 135.14. Next bar went up nice. I sold half 135.44. Then it consolidated for a bit. I didn't do much with it. Then I had a big up bar, which I sold another half of a half at 135.94. And then we got up here to the third ATR channel and I took the whole amount off. So I bought at 135.14, out at 135.44, out at 135.94, and out at 136.21. Then we had the return to value sideways motion. I almost didn't take this, but I decided to because of this volume bar here. Bullish engulfing bar, V1. I bought here at 136 even. Moved sideways, had a big up bar. I sold half there at 36.14. Sideways, sideways, sideways. Every time it has a kind of a thrust up to a new range, I tend to take off. Sold there at 136.35, and then again here at 136.60. So that was a fantastic trade, man. 136, in at 136, out at 136.14, out at 136.35, out at 136.60. Okay. Oh, and then lastly, I have a current trade right now on silver on the 25-minute bar. On the 25-minute bar, I was chatting with Kamal when it happened, but see this nice sideways motion, the false breakouts to the downside in the V2. I bought here at 47.74. The next 25-minute bar, I sold half at 48.18. I probably should have sold half here. I wasn't paying attention. I was getting ready for the podcast. But normally I would have sold another half of a half here on this big strong up move right here. But about an hour and a half, and this is up 1.79%. Remember, it's double leveraged, so it's twice. So anyway, really, really, really good trades. While I'm here, let me take a look at oh boy, this is just a cluster, isn't it? Because Frank is in this trade. Yes, Frank is in this trade from 284.60. It's 329.23. So very nice trade. Great week. 4% week for Frank just on this trade alone. And then go over to Apple. Let's clear this all out. Okay, and then on Apple, I have to go to the weekly view because Frank bought it so long ago. He bought it at 111. It's 136.89. So beautifully up on the day, beautifully up on the week, and beautifully up on the trade. So I tell you what, give me 1 second. Let me just get out of this. Let me just get out of this silver trade and just lock in profits. I don't like that it's on my mind. What's going on here? I don't know. Why that is. Taken care of. Sorry. I don't like having trades on when when I'm teaching. So anyway, I'm out right about there on that second half. So day trades all taken care of. All right. We all done? We're all done with that. Lova says, Jets, a 520 crossover. It has big moves up for 3 days in a row, but those were all on light volume. Does it matter when trying to determine how chasey it is? I don't know. Let's take a look. Well, you know, I have a rule, Lova, that if the crossover happens and the price is above the second ATR channel, I just don't take it. It's not there. I'm not sure how Jets backtest, to be honest with you. I don't know if anybody has the ability to backtest this right now. I don't know. It seems a little chasey to me. If I really wanted to buy this, I'd probably buy half. And then if it came back and the crossover held, I'd still buy. But, you know, just as a general rule, if it is at or above the second the 2 ATR channel, I won't buy it. Just like here. Look, the crossover happened right, hit there. That would not have been a good place. Doesn't mean it's going to happen this time. Volume is good. I don't know. My first gut instinct here would be not to buy it and wait for a little pullback to get a better risk to reward. Sonny says, good to see you, Sonny. FVRR was apparently a pick in the Motley Fool report that was released at 1 p.m. Well, that would explain it. Thanks for that, Sonny. David says, yes, fiber was a great surprise. I sold at 10% when I realized that it went up because Motley Fool recommended it. Oh, good, David. Glad that you were in it. That worked out well, David. DocuSign has a 1030 EMA crossover today. All right, let me write that down. Let me put this down here. Okay. Okay. Let's go back to what Steve said. 1030 EMA crossover. So 1030. All right, let's look at the 1030 chart then on DocuSign. DOCU. Yes, it does. Very nice. Let me do a little math on that, Steve. Excellent. And Fast has a 520. Okay, let's hurry and get to your trades because I'm really running low on time. Sorry if I can't get to everyone's post right now. Okay, let's go back. Okay, VIX, big move up, big move down. We are back at support, which is somewhat interesting. No one's in that. Goldman Sachs, Steve had a great trade on Goldman Sachs at 288.65 on the 520 cross. It's up 1.47% today from entry. Nice going, Steve. So up on the day, up on the trade. Twitter, Johan, great trade at 45.90. It's 56.23, up just 3% today. What a monster move. Great trade, Johan. Gemma, Karen bought Gemma at 45.60 at 64.10. Down a little bit today, but nicely up on the trade. Kamal, again, with the low a day, bought here 1081. It's up 3.4% just today. It's 1265. What a monster move. Congratulations, Kamal. Coca-Cola, Timothy got in Coca-Cola here at 48.52 with the rejection of the 200. It's 48.93. Up on the day, up on the trade. DKNG. Kamal bought DKNG back here at 53.04 at 62.74, up 4.3% just today in a monster move. Congratulations, Kamal. Okay, Frank and Kamal got into CRM back here at 216.80. Kamal informed me earlier today that he got out at 237.80. Look at this move. How much is that? 8.54%. Confluence of the third ATR channel and the 100 up there. That makes a lot of sense for me, why you're getting out there. FSLY, Johan bought FSLY at 86.80. It's 111.19, up 1.24% today. Kamal bought it intraday at 105.80, so he's up nicely, and Karen bought it at the close, so she's up a little bit. LITE, Gary sold credit spreads, the 80.75s, February 26th, so it's still above the credit spread level there, so he wants us to stay above 280. Amazon, not up much today. It looks like Jatton bought Amazon at 32.94. It's 33.25, so it is up a little bit, but it is up on the day, up on the trade. Teladoc, Frank bought Teladoc way back here at 182. It's 276. He's almost got $100 in this trade. He sold 90% of it back here before earnings, but he kept a 10% runner. Oh my gosh, is there a lot of positions? Okay, INAQ, I'm going to have to run through these quick. Frank bought at 1590, 1716, down on the day, but up on the trade. Square, yes, Morgs bought the 520 crossover on Square, 227.60. It's 237.36, up about $10, up 4.21%. Excellent. Nice trade for Jatson on the dollar at 24.42. He just nailed it. It's 24.68. Doesn't sound like a lot, but that is a lot for a currency. Congratulations, Jatton. AMC. Quad bought AMC, I think, up here at $13 at $7.15. I know he bought a small position. I'm not 100% if he's still in this, but you know, all that drama with the AMC. Plug. Karen bought Plug at 67.70 yesterday, 67.60. Today at 68.06. So it is up 1%. So very nice. Solely Ramble bought at $9. It's $12.07, up almost 4% just today. Beautiful trade. NVAX. Frank bought, this is the trade of the year so far. Frank bought at 135. It's 280.26. It is down just the smidge today. He sold 90% of his, I can't remember where, but what a trade. Almost a double. Roku. Jatson bought Roku at 402. It's 431.82, up 1.59% today. Way to go, Jatton. Silver. Pat bought silver at 24.71. Of course, we hit that big, huge move up, and it gave it all the way back. I don't know if Pat's still in this, but it's slightly underwater at this point. Silver's down 1.81%. Avid. Frank bought Avid yesterday at 19.25. It's 20.63. It's down 1.29%, but he's still up on the trade. FVRR, of course, we talked about this. A bunch of us had this yesterday with the 520 cross. I will be getting out of this today, just taking this big gain and locking it in. NIO. Frank bought at 46.16. Gary sold $55 puts. Johnson bought at 55. He has half left. Down a little bit today, but looks like everybody's in the money. Pins. David bought pins at 73.97 with the 520 EMA crossover, up another percent today. So congratulations, David. Nike. Steve bought the 1050 EMA cross on Nike at 139.59. It's 139. It's 140. So up about 41 cents for both, but it was negative off the bat, but now it's positive. So nice job, Steve and Frank. AMD, yeah, spot AMD at 88.80. It's currently 87.87. It is down on the day and down on the trade now. Tesla, Jatson went long Tesla at 840. Kamal shorted it in his mind at about 874. So they're both in the money. How about that? Budweiser. Frank bought Budweiser down here at 62.81. Nice confluence of the 100-day near the 30 RSI. It's 65.33. It is down a little bit today, but he's still nicely up on the trade. Snow, Morgs and Steve bought Snow at 303.73. It's 301.13. So it is, this one is down a little bit on the day and down a little on the trade. ISRG, Kamal bought ISRG at 745.50, but it came down, hit his stop today, and he adhered to it because he is a champion trader. Even though it bounced up, I know it's frustrating, but he followed his rules, which is important. And Tracy, looks like Tracy bought about 745.50, and I think she's still in. So very nice trade, up 1.53%. ITB, Jatson bought ITB 59.87 at 61.52, up on the day, up on the trade. Lyft, Steve bought Lyft at 49.49 yesterday with a 520 cross. It's 50.84, up almost 3% on the day. So congratulations, Steve. PDD, Karen bought at 181.20. It's 196.35, up another 1.67% today. GILT, Karen bought at 12.70. It's 13.53, up another 2.89%. And Fastly, Kamal bought at 105.80. Karen at the close. So they are both up on the trade and both up on the day. Okay, so let me put FAS in there. How we doing on time? The Zoom looks like a good setup. I'm in Zoom at the moment. Would I take this again today? Probably not, honestly, if I was just looking to get in it. Big down bar yesterday on higher volume. We're struggling with that 50, and it's a little high up near the 1 ATR channel for me to get interested. Okay, FCX. Man, there's so many things signaling. Okay. All right, I will look at that in a second. All right, I'll tell you what. Let's do trader psychology, and then we'll get to Frank's poem. Okay, everybody. Before we go back to the charts, look for our end of day, the best end of day setup. Just want to take a few minutes, get away from the charts, talk about trader psychology or good trading words of wisdom or just psychology in general. And this is from Tim Tebow. I'm sure everybody knows who Tim Tebow is. He's on Twitter and Facebook, professional athlete. I really like this guy. He's always seems like a really good guy, really positive guy. And look, we've had a lot of success lately in the markets, right? And I've noticed from talking to people I know that trade, they're getting a little cocky. Have you all noticed this? You start feeling bulletproof. You feel like you're never going to lose again. If I can tell you how many times I've been in that spot where I'm like, I'm never going to lose a trade again. But on the other hand, I've been in a spot where like, I'm never going to make another penny again. Have you all been there? I'm sure you have. The good news is it doesn't last. But the bad news is it doesn't last either to the upside. So please, you know, I kind of felt kind of moved to when I saw this to share this with you because keep in mind, things don't always go up. Let's not get cocky, right? So when I read this, I thought this is good. Humility in prosperity and character in adversity, right? Being humble when you're doing well and having character when things are going against you. Tim says, never let success get to your head. Never let failure get into your heart. Isn't that good? And right now, I think we're in this area in the market. It will not last, I promise you. So, keep that in the back of your mind and trade your trades, take your signals, follow your rules, but keep that in the back of your mind, right? Never let success get to your head. Never let failure get into your heart. So this is totally applicable to trading. And thank you, Tim Tebow. Appreciate that. And always looked up to Tim Tebow, and he seems to have a really good character, really positive guy. So anyway, hope that helps. Never let success get to your head. Never let failure get into your heart. Be humble in prosperity. Have character when you have adversity. Okay. There we go. Now, let's grab Frank's. I can't keep up with these signals. All right, let's take a look at Frank's poems. Frank says, through all kinds of weather and many a storm, the sun still rises. We call it the norm. So too a trader with their process and form. It's how we get our portfolio to grow and perform. Frank, I don't know how you do this every day. Like, seriously, I mean, they just every day they're better and better and better. Let's all thank Frank for that. That's fantastic. Through all kinds of weather and many a storm, the sun still rises. We call it the norm. So too a trader with their process and form. It's how we get our portfolio to grow and perform. Wow, that's fantastic. Thank you, Frank. All right, let me put these down here. I am not keeping up very well today. All right. Okay. SCCO. FCX. All right. So let me do some numbers here in case I want to buy those at the end. So have to adjust for volatility. FCX. SCCO. Okay. Hello, Greg and group. Interesting day. Nice fiber trade, everyone. I'm out. Okay, so you're out. Remind me at the end, Gary. David says, thoughts on weekly MasterCard? Oh, for tomorrow? We were above the value zone. We came down. We really only had 1 day sidewards, but when we only have 1 day sidewards, I kind of give it a little bit of leeway if it also has a false break out to the downside, which it did from here. 53.19. This big bar here still concerns me a little bit, but it's okay. But the risk is from here to here. It's a bit of a risk, and we have the highs up here. I think it would be okay. I'd like it if it came back tomorrow and gave you a better risk to reward, though. Tracy says, come on, Greg is super busy. Tell me what you mean by hard stops, please. We'll explain it to you later. David says, ARK spent $160 million buying spot yesterday. Oh, really? Oh, I was expecting to see something here. Kamal says, it means if you have a stop loss order submitted to the broker, if price reaches there, it'll execute. Yeah, it's an order that you just put in that you don't have to worry about. It's just in the system. You could be out at Taco Bell and it would eat. You don't have to be in front of your computer. Kamal says, on ISRG, I would move my stop to break even. I usually don't have an upper number as at the start of the trade. Morg says, hi everyone, a bit late. Good to see you, Morgs. Nice trades on your Fiverr and all that. Was able to exit Fiverr for 8.2% gain. Nice. Nice. Jatton says, such a great and important thought. Congratulations on Fiverr party. Steve, VRM looks like it reacting well to that 520 cross. Kamal says, how do you create poems every day? One of my favorites, Frank. Frank says, Tim Tebow has done wonders through Night to Shine to help special needs kids. I have a special needs daughter. Oh, good. Yeah, I knew I liked Tim Tebow. You can just tell. Yep. Well, that's good to know, Frank. Frank says, thank you, Kamal. They write me. Jatton says, the range for NASDAQ is clear. 13,560 to 12,660. Any price breaks, the moving will be strong. Frank says, thanks, Gary. Steve says, great catch, Morgs. It is on my watch list now. Thank you. Okay, so what do we have? About 18 minutes. So before we start looking at new stuff, let me take a look at current stuff. Most important, right? All right. So I did hit 5 profit targets on Fiverr, and I will get out at the rest of the day. MasterCard is doing well. Nothing I have to do there. SPY, of course, I'm buying SPY at the close. Zoom, looks like it might reject the 50, but I've already rejected it once, so it doesn't matter. So I will be keeping. NVIDIA, it's good. I will be keeping. Qs were day trades. And I got out of AGQ. All right, let's take a look at some of these potentials here today. Okay, I've been watching this one for the last couple days. This is Treasury bonds, TLT. We do have a pretty significant double bottom with the bullish divergence. Here we have a low with deep MACD bars. We have a rally with positive green MACD bars. We now are at a lower low than this low over here, and the bars, the red bars are very small. This is showing that the momentum in this second part of this leg down was not as strong as this. The implication there is that we may have a turnaround. It did bounce off of the, I think the 30 RSI and real close, 30.43, and it bounced off the negative third ATR. So I don't know. I wish we could get a little V1 or something, or a real close under the 30 and close back over. I'm kind of leaning not to take this. Johnson & Johnson is interesting. We have a big pullback to value. We had day sidewards, washout bar, and a V1. Let's see, the close there is 161.25. So it is a return to value, much better than buying up here. Return to value, rejection of the -1 ATR channel. It is holding the 50 RSI. Let's look on the weekly, holding the 5 EMA, which has held in all these prior weeks. So that's a bit of an interesting scenario. So DocuSign. Oh boy. All right, was DocuSign 1030? All right, so here's DocuSign with the 1030. As Steve mentioned, it does have a 1030 crossover here today. Volume is pretty strong. Let's look on the weekly. I don't like last week's bar, but it is in the value zone and it is strong today. So definitely that's a potential as well. Fast, big, strong day today. For me, it's too much of a V. It's too much of a B. It feels stretched to me, so I'm gonna pass on fast. FCX has a crossover. Let's look over on the weekly. It's right up against that third ATR channel. I don't like that so much. We're under it now. It's right back above. A lot of volume. Holy smokes. Well, it's a $29 stock. That's why. Interesting. Let's take a bigger picture. Zoom out. Yeah, it's just on the monthly, it's just too high for me. And at the third ATR channel. So I'm going to let that one go. FCX. Oh, we just talked about that. SCCO. A little high on the weekly. 428,000 shares. Nice return to value, sideways motion, and a V1. I have to say that for sure. Southern Peru copper. So copper must be doing well. Commodities have been strong. I think it's a little high for me. I think what I am going to do is I think I'm going to do what I did last time. Johnson & Johnson, I'm going to buy half a position. And DocuSign with a 10, I'm going to buy a half position there as well. Okay. So J&J, as long as this closes above 161.25, I will buy this. With this return to value, rejection to the -1 ATR channel, it's holding the 5 EMA on the weekly, which I like. And then DocuSign, just going to have to make sure that that crossover holds. I do like that we had a V1 to the downside yesterday and reverse back up in conjunction with the crossover as well. So I do like that. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy half position in DocuSign with the 1030 EMA, and I'm also going to buy half a position in Johnson & Johnson with this return to value V1. Gives a good risk to reward ratio. My stop will literally be if I get a close below there, right about there tomorrow. So that's a good risk for a potential nice reward. J&J and DocuSign. J&J. All right, let me take care of some stuff over here. And then I'm going to have to manually put in my overnight SPY trade today because I forgot to do it. Okay. Jatson is adding some more Tesla. Greg says, great catch, Morgs. It's my watch list from now. Thank you. J&J, volume is anemic on the V2. It is. Yep, it is. That's for sure. Morg says, NIO slowly looking better and better. Jatson said, found this trick for results for e.g. if the results have to fire, the stock has to close above or near all-time highs, shows there are potentially strong buyers. Recent backtest, PayPal and Microsoft. Oh, interesting. Okay, so Steve's long DocuSign 245.07. Okay. All right, so we have about 8 minutes. I'm going to go ahead, let's see. It has to close above 161.25, so it is close. And Steve is long FCX at 29.72 on the 520 crossover. Okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of Fiverr. DKNG making a high on the day. Johnson & Johnson now under the trigger point. So if that's the case, I will not take it. It's going to be close. SPY making a high on the day. We have 5 minutes to go. Johnson & Johnson back with the V2. Johnson & Johnson moving up now. Okay, so I have DocuSign there and there. So 4 minutes to go. All right, I'm going to go ahead by my half position of DocuSign. And then watch Johnson & Johnson. Actually, I think I can buy Johnson & Johnson right now. Oh, Lord, that was busy, to say the least. And I have to buy overnight SPY trade manually. Oh my gosh. All right, we have about 1.5 minutes to go. Just going to go ahead and buy, well, I guess I have another minute before I can have to do that. Okay, I guess I better pull it. Well, I'll wait. All right, I better do it now. Okay, done and done. All right, let's see where I got filled. All right, so I bought overnight SPY trade at 386.22. I bought Johnson & Johnson at 161.64, and I bought DocuSign at 245.61. And J&J and DocuSign were half positions, so note that up on the board. All right, so overnight SPY trade. Oh, it broke out to a new high. The Dow broke out, or the S&P broke out to a new high. Wow. Okay. So 386.22 is the, is that right? 386.22. Okay. J&J. I got at 161. 64. All right, so that was a good little fill so far. And then my stop is going to be right here. And then DocuSign, I got in at 245.61. All right, Fiverr, I am out of Fiverr on that big monster move up. That's good. What a day. Every single thing was up today. Day trades, overnight trades, swing trades. Grateful for that. Okay, so listen, if anybody has any new positions for me, please let me know. Go ahead, put them in the chat. I will get to them just real quick. Just want to remind everybody that I do teach private one-on-one lessons in the evening time via Skype. I teach a 15-hour course, 5 sessions. Each session is 3 hours. I'm going to teach you everything I've learned about trading over the last 25 years, all the setups that I use. And if you take the course, I know you're going to be a better trader. I just know it. So if you are interested, all you need to do is send me an email. Email's in the description of this video. You can also send me a message on Twitter. If you do, I'll reply, and I'll write back and say, thanks for saying hi. Let's set up a Skype call. Skype call is free. I just want to learn more about you and your trading and your goals. It's a good time for you to ask me questions about the course. And then when we're done with our call, you can obviously think about it. And in the future, if you decide you want to sign up for the course, please let me know. And lastly, I know you're tired of hearing this, but I am raising my prices on February 16th to $1,750. Currently, the course is $1,000. So if you've been thinking about it and been on the fence, this would be the right time if you book it before February 16th. But after that, it's $1,750 just because of the amount of students that I have and lack of time. All right. And then if you like today's podcast, I would really appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button. It does help build the channel, helps keep the channel around, lets YouTube know that there's something of value here. So if you could hit that thumbs up button before we click out, that would be fantastic. Okay, this is going to be fun. All right, here we go. Let's see. DocuSign. All right, Steve. 10:30. Okay. 10:30 EMA cross. Okay, got you down, Steve. FCX is also Steve. Uh-oh. Is my computer doing what I think it's doing? Oh, please, no. All right, nobody breathe. Let's see if it can work its way out of this. Ah, no, this is horrible. Ah, it's doing it. Gosh, dang it. All right, well, that means I have to reboot this bad boy. Gosh, dang it. All right. Sorry about that, everybody. Hopefully I can get this thing back up and running. All right, I think I'm just going to have to write all this stuff down and do it later. I apologize, everybody. Gosh, dang. All right, I'm just going to write all this down. All right, Steve, DocuSign, 1030, EMA. Steve, FCX, 2972, 520. Jatin, Zoom, 388. RDFN, 8250. Morgs, DocuSign. Oh, is this coming back up? It is. All right, we might actually be able to do this. But I think it moved all my stuff. Okay, so Fiverr is over here. I think Spy, it has my buy. No, it doesn't. It doesn't have anything. All right, I've got to start over. Gosh darn it. Okay. Okay. Oh, no, there it is. Yeah, 386.22. J&J. Does it have it? Yes, and DocuSign. $240, yes, and there's Steve's. Okay. I have to make some room with all this. Okay, so I have Steve, yes. FCX. $29.72. $520 EMA. Cross. Jatin is in Zoom. Okay, I'm just going to put your name there, Jatin. Otherwise, I can't put too many lines. It's going to get confusing. All right. RDFN. $82.50. Morgs is in DocuSign. Gary is at a fiver. Yep, I think I took you out of the put spread already. Yes. Highest daily closing, relentless buying today. Karen is here. Hi, Greg. Hello. Good to see you. Plug. Where is plug? Out of break even. Very good. I'm always impressed with break even trades. David is out of pins. I think that's the only one left. Nice trade, bud. Really nice trade. And NVIDIA yesterday. Chapton says S&P a bullish Maribozu. Yas is in J&J. And DocuSign. Dan is in J&J. Karen is in BLDP. $37.75. Kamal is out of CRM. Looks like Frank still has his position. Quarter. Nice trade, Kamal. Morgs is out of fiver. Oh, and Steve is out also. So that just leaves Johnson with his puts. Yeah, says, hi, Greg. When you say half position, what is that in terms of portfolio? It all depends. It depends on what the volatility of the 2 ATR is. So I can't really tell you exactly what it's going to be. If there's small volatility, it'll be a larger position. But, you know, let's just say I bought fiver today, right? So let's say I bought fiver today, and let's say I'm risking $2,000 on this trade. I would divide it by the value of the 2 ATR, which is 37. Oops. Divided by 37.46. It would tell me to buy 53.39 shares. So half a position would just be half of that. But as far as percentage of portfolio, it's all over the board. So I can't really give you even a good guesstimate because it depends on what the volatility is. Johnson is out of fiver. Okay, everybody's out of fiver. DocuSign. half a position. J&J. FCX, Johnson's in a half. Pins up 10% after earnings. Oh boy. Jatin says, Caesar, again, the same thing. Pins highest day. Tracy said, did anyone keep fiber today? I sold mine for nice profit. Okay, so you're out. I don't see anybody else left in FVRR. Johnson said, Tracy Peterson, bought small, 0.25 fiber at close, sell at open. That was today you did that, Johnson? Because I have you out of Pfizer. Sorry, not Pfizer. FVRR. All right, let's see what's happening after hours. Apple is down a little bit. The Dow's up. DocuSign's up 60 cents. That's good. Goldman Sachs is down a little bit. Johnson & Johnson is down. But a big spread there. MasterCard is up. Q's up 23 cents. SPY's up 11 cents. Oil's up again. VIX is up, interesting. Zoom is down. Wow, what a day, everyone. This was unbelievable. This was an unbelievable day. I mean, just all the way around. It's fantastic. Just fantastic. But let's remember, let's not get cocky. Let's remember the market can change on a dime, right? I envision in my head a day where the market's down big and I'm going to be taking every single one of these positions off the board. I don't know when. Maybe it will be a month from now. Who knows? I mean, trade your plan, but just be cautious. Just be cautious at these levels with all this euphoria, right? Just please be cautious. What a day. Wow. All right, did I get everyone on their positions? Great poem today, Frank. All right. Okay, listen, before we get out of here, let me just remind everybody, if we all do one random act of kindness daily, we just might set the world in the right direction, by Martin Kornfeld. So let's please remember that. Let's try to do that every day. Let's practice that and get in the habit of doing that every day. Just one nice thing for a human every day. And if you could also do one nice thing for an animal, both of them would appreciate it. It's going to make their day. It's going to make them feel better and happier. And just that fact alone will make you feel better and happier. And maybe one day when you need it, somebody will do it for you too. All right. Okay. Well, listen, everybody, thank you for coming. Congratulations on the great trades. And Very fortunate to be in Fiverr today. That was fantastic. Nice surprise. But yeah, wonderful day today. Nice profitable green. Looks like everyone was very proud of you. But please, in the future, let's be a little cautious, okay? Things won't last forever like this. And anyway, I just feel kind of moved to tell you that. All right? Okay. I think that's it. Have a good rest of your day, everybody, and be good, be safe, and we will see you hopefully tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Friday? Tomorrow? Oh yeah, tomorrow is Friday. So hopefully we'll see you at the end of the week. I'll be looking for some end of week trades tomorrow on the weekly bars as well. So if I find one of those, I'll definitely point that out. Okay? Thanks again for coming, everybody. Talk to y'all later. On the way out here, I have to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Bye-bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.